La Chica o el Mundo. The girl or the world.
Where we learn that selfishness is a powerful motivator. So, there we are, 9 episodes in, the season finale no less, and this isn't even the end of the story.
Well, we knew this show had already been commissioned for 2 seasons.
Yeah, but I was expecting some kind of finality, the end of a chapter, something like that.
But that's exactly what we got.
In a very unsatisfying way, mind.
But that's because you think Carol's the protagonist. She isn't. She's a selfish, petty, grumpy lady who's more interested in herself, really, than the fate of the whole world. She only wanted to save it as long as she thought she was going to get turned, and once she was told that that wouldn't happen, she put her foot off the gas in a very big way.
Yeah, I know that. We've seen that throughout the entire season.
So why is it surprising now?
It's a kind of reality laid bare situation.
Actually, it's kind of a realization that even though the others cannot lie, they certainly can deceive.
Well, you just have to ask the right questions.
So, Manusos finally makes it to Carol's, and, well, it's hard to trust another human.
Okay, that was funny and tense and good. How they communicate, how Manusos is uber paranoid.
And with good reason.
Yeah, with good reason. And how he is here solely in answer to Carol's first video, to save the world.
Except that weeks after having sent that vid, Carol's motivations have changed. Her relationship with Zosha means that she's actually more on the side of the others than she probably ever expected to be. And she certainly isn't in favor of the experiments Manusos is conducting on the others.
Yeah, about that, the whole episode hangs together very well, except for that bit. How did Manusos know that freaking one of them out would freak all of them out? It's something Carol discovered by accident near the start, but he didn't really have any way of knowing that.
Maybe when Zosha told him everything, she really meant everything.
That's kind of weak, but okay.
And the title of this episode is at the heart of this story. Carol's grown attached to Zosha to the point that she sides with the others and won't allow Manusos to carry on with his experiments. And yet frequency 8.613 showed so much promise.
Well, that's obviously the frequency through which they communicate.
So instead of saving the world, Carol chooses to get the girl.
Not much of a get, though, is it? It's all fake. Zosha is there because she looks like Carol's beta protagonist. She's there to serve Carol in any way she wants. After 70 days, 40 of which were spent in isolation, making her even more susceptible to a friendly face, Carol's defenses have broken down.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Exactly. And for once, she's truly happy in herself, or at least she thinks she is.
And we see just what it will take for her to choose the world over the girl.
Selfishness.
Oh, come on, it's got to be more than that.
Nope, it's not some grand altruistic desire. If you're looking for that, look to Manusos. It's simply because she learns that despite her having said she will never allow them to harvest her stem cells so that they can produce a variant to the disease to make her joined, they found another way.
And all of a sudden, her fantasy comes crashing down around her. I liked it how a supposedly unimportant piece of information used as character build-up early in the season turned into Carol's eventual undoing. And I found it interesting how we learned the body of those infected is constantly flooded with our natural happy chemicals, which is why they're always so happy.
And yet that happiness is fake, like we see at the start of this episode when that girl is turned, and everything she used to love, like that baby goat, becomes unimportant to her after the joining. She's just a drone now, like all the others.
Resistance truly is futile.
So, now that Carol's learned that they'll eventually turn her whether she wants to or not, she finally decides she's gonna save the world.
Makes her kind of an anti-hero.
A selfish person. No different than Kumba when you think about it. I bet if there was a way to turn him, he too would suddenly become much more altruistic.
So she's human, and humans are selfish, needy people. And the moment she realizes the world is secretly conspiring against her, it's time to save the world. She's not the best hero. She's not even a hero. Again, Manusos fits that bill much better. But it makes it more interesting. Carol is a very shallow human being, but really, wouldn't most people behave like her?
Well, I wouldn't.
You're not most people, McCluck.
Fair point.
So, in this season finale, we see how much Carol has changed since the start of the story.
Yeah, but that change was manipulated by the others and their action. They purposely found someone in the entire world who looked like her made-up protagonist. How could she not fall for her? And then everyone abandoned her for over a month. Ostracization is a horrendous form of torture.
All while they were secretly looking to turn her into them against her wishes. Well, no one else got a choice, did they? Exactly. 8 billion got turned without consent.
so why not Carol?
And the cruel twist of how they will circumvent her wishes is a heck of a punch to the gut. And that one realization is what made Carol come to her senses, as it were, and decide to help Melusos find a way to turn everyone back. It's not the noblest motivation, but it's a motivation, and frankly, it fits the narrative very well. I enjoyed the episode, and the grim reality of its selfish portrayal of humanity, represented by the grumpiest human of all.
Although, might this mean her realization at the end will turn this show into a bog-standard let's save the world formula next season?
Only time will tell, I guess. Until then, I'm awarding La Chica o El Mundo 3.5 paws. But tell me, what do you think of this episode? Do share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like what we do, and how we do it,
and you feel you'd like to help us out, please consider joining our Patreon. We'll leave a link to it down in the description.
Thanks for watching. See you all next time, and until then, live long,
and I'm with you till the end of the line. Where we learn that selfishness is a powerful motivator. Where we